Yo, what's good? It's your boy David H. We back with another one, OpenAI Academy. Today we're gonna be talking about this new Sora update. I had a chance to mess with it. I actually been messing with it for the past 6 or 7 hours. It sometimes gets addictive. So ultimately, under the hood is ChatGPT's new 4.0 image. So they just put this thing out, this 4.0 image, 4.0 image generation. And basically, this is what's under the hood for Sora. So if you use Sora for video, you're going to see this little tab at the bottom where you could just toggle it from video to image. And you also have the aspect ratio. So if you want something that's wider, you want to go with a 3:2. If you're looking for like a Instagram, square, you want to go with 1:1. If you're looking for Reels, stories orientation, then you want to go for 2:3. And this is actually videos that they show. I guess they got them combined together. Let's take a look through the feed. It's something they just added, so it took me a second to find it. I keep clicking the videos. Start over. Yo, what's good? It's your boy David H, and we back with another one for OpenAI Academy. Today we're going to be talking about Sora. Essentially, we're talking about the ChatGPT 4.0 image generation. You can use this directly within ChatGPT, but it's going to give you a lot of limitations. So if you put a black male, a Spanish male, a white male, it's going to tell you that it can't generate anything that's, ethnic or race guidelines. So basically what's under this engine is this 4.0. So if you've been using Sora in the past, you'll see that you got the images tab, the videos tab. This images tab is what's new. And also there's a toggle that's down here on the bottom, image, video. So make sure that you have this selected. And this is going to be your aspect ratio. So if you wanted 2:3, that's going to be your stories, your reels, your 1:1. These are going to be your square Instagram posts, and your 3:2, these are going to be like your vertical, not your vertical, your landscape, your real wide type of shots. So actually, I'll just keep it on that because I'll generate something here in a second for you. And this is pretty much what people have been working with. So this is what people have been using to create some pretty cool images. One thing I'm going to show you that if you don't know, if you go into your settings where it says publish to explore, if you have this turned on, anything that you make is going to show up in this feed. And that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on, your preference. Sometimes people aren't even aware that their stuff is showing. You might be working on a project for a client or just, working on an idea that you don't want anybody else to have the prompts for what you're working on. Make sure that you have that switch enabled. When you start seeing stuff like this, especially with ChatGPT, with OpenAI, they're real heavy on all the guidelines and stuff like that. So right now, they probably don't even have a filter on. You're able to create anything. Like you got Snoop and SpongeBob smoking joints. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at them, but I bet you in a week or two when they'll start pulling it back, you won't be able to create characters of other people just for copyright purposes. I wouldn't even get caught up in that. I'll just try to use this more in a creative type of lens. I had a chance to mess with it. As I said, my images are going to be a lot different. I really try to push the boundaries. Anytime I put a prompt in here, I want to get that error message saying, hey, we can't do that. You're doing too much. That's what I try to do. It's very good on text. This was actually one of the first prompts was this white Tesla truck. I'm not a fan of it, but this look a lot better than the chrome one. So this is the prompt if you want to mess with it. An all-white Tesla Cybertruck with big wheels and aftermarket parts. Highly scenic, professional car photography commercial shoot. So then I was like, you know what? Let me put my name on it. So I did a couple variations. You see EYCH, David H. So that's one. This is another one. And I mean, these look pretty cool. This one right here in Times Square. This one looks almost like a toy car. I don't really like that wrap. That color blue is cool, especially because I'm in, Carolina. And these are just some prompts I've been messing with just to see what I could pull out of it. Like, this is pretty dope. This is another one. And when you generate images, it gives you an option as well too. So you can generate 2, you could generate 4 variations, almost like the same way you do in Midjourney. Try to make something silly. This called baby tears. Try to see if you could create product shots. So as I said, right now the wheels are off. They're just kind of letting you, if you put Snoop in there, you put a celebrity in there to let you create it. I'm not really with all that because I know they're going to turn it off soon. This is dope, but you can see like the grain in it. I mean, actually, that could be a grain filter. And like, look at the lines on the hands. Like, this almost looked like my hand in real life. Like, you got the marks in the hands, like the fingers. And what's cool about this too now is like they added this option. If you look here on the bottom, you could turn this image into a video. So that's like super dope. So that's probably why these images look so real, because you could turn it into a video from there. I'm gonna come back and turn that into a video, but let me see what else is up in here. Been creating some noir. You got the gold teeth. Past life, ghost in the back. And this almost got to feel like frames. So Runway has a image generation model called Frames, and this is kind of what it feels like. This is a prompt that I run in no matter what I'm using, Midjourney, Sora, Gemini, because I want to see what the output is. Like after a while, you'll start to know what language model is good for what type of photo. Yeah, as I said, I just kind of it slowed me down a lot last night because I was just trying to create so many images at one time. And it works the same way. So you got the free plan. I think you could do like 4 or 5 images. You got the plus plan where you have unlimited images, and then you have the pro plan where you have the same, but you just have unlimited video. I'm gonna go back to that image and which one was it? Look at this one. Yeah, just silly, colorful stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the graffiti, this is like Blockbuster graffiti from like back in the days. It's not even legible for me to tell what it is, but this is cool. As I said, everything it makes ain't gonna be, the best thing in the world. You just gotta figure out what the strengths are. But as I said, my stuff is gonna be a lot different than, going through the general feed, because it's personal to what I make. And that's what you gotta do is like, this is dope too. It's almost like like the Boondocks. And as I said, this person might not even be aware that this prompt is public. Actually, they do, because they got 83 likes on it. But this is dope, though. It's up to you. As I said, just kind of spend some time with it. You can't make any mistakes, and just mess with it. Let me turn this into a video and see what it does. Let's see. Let's see. What else can we have him doing? Throwing paint at the screen. All right, so he's riding on the side of the train, and it'll just have him, yeah. Let's just see what it do. We'll do a variation of it. This is my first time actually using the feature. And you can make some crazy stuff in Sora. Like, I personally think like this is one of the better ones. This is more like a software to me. Like, once you actually know how to like use it, you can conjure up some crazy stuff. Like, I use this for clients as well too. But you want to make sure that you're able to have a little bit of, skill in Blender, Maya. You definitely want to learn DaVinci Final Cut Pro, because you got to know how to edit. Because like, you generating a whole bunch of videos, you got to know how to put it together. You got to know how to storytell with it. But you can make some crazy stuff in it, like wild stuff. Like, And as I said, this is kind of how my brain works. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to push stuff and do weird stuff. So like even the videos that I make, my videos are like that I direct are like crazy and weird like this. Like this is normal to me, but it's just like me just testing the confines of what it can do, what it can't do. And the only way to figure that out is to try. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So just try to push the boundaries. Whatever you have in your head, just like storyteller, write it down as an arc. You could even start it as an image too. So starting it here and then just kind of pushing it from here. Like what can you do to add life to this essentially? Like what is this character saying? Like the subject, the location, he's on a train, 20-year-old black male, glasses, dreads. Like, what are we missing from that, like, to make that live? So let's see what it does. And yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's abstract. It's definitely something different. Let's see what this one does. Yeah, this is one of the presets I made. This is like an Inception type vibe. That's why it's doing that. And that's the secret and sauce to using Sora is like you gotta really break down the preset game in order to be able to get what you're looking for. But the more you know about camera angles, the more you know about composition, the more you know about just directing a film, the better your videos are going to be because you have to prompt it. Like it's just a director. Like you have to give it angles, you have to give it subjects, you have to give it locations, you have to give it a storyline, like a story arc. If not, then like you just creating like random videos. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you can't do nothing with this. Like this is cool, but like after a while, like it just becomes a novelty. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta somehow storytell. Like I'm not trying to like knock people. Like this is cool. Like if you're just sitting in here and just like, you know, messing around. But if you actually want to add this, and that thing is like this is like a plugin for me. This is a tool. This shouldn't be your sole you know, source of creativity. Like I said, just use this as a tool because one day you're gonna come in here and it's not gonna work. Or they're gonna tell you you can't use this because of this or you can't use this because of that. So learn the ins and outs of it. Take your time. Be as creative as possible. And make happy mistakes. Like that's what it's all about. So we're gonna chop it up. I'll catch you on the next one. As I said, this new Sora photo thing is pretty cool. As I said, it gives me the same vibe as frames. So if you're familiar with frames from, what is it, frames runway? My internet is running stupid slow today. Yeah, this is what it gives me the vibe of like frames. It's almost like real pictures. Yeah, like stuff like this, like, and it's funny, but like I said, that's how OpenAI work. Like they let you do whatever, and then when you want to make something, they pull it back and you can't do it. So yeah, I ain't mad at them. They got the Pope and Snoop, like that's wild. But this is a reflection of what's on people's mind. Like this stuff ain't populated by the computer. Like this is what's on our minds. This is what we thinking about. These are the crazy ideas and stories that we have in our head. So it's funny, you know what I mean? So, but yo, like I said, I'll catch you on the next one. Mess around with this. Grab a $20 subscription so that way you can just kind of go in here and just mess around. The free one is going to give you, you know, limitations, and it ain't even worth your time. Like I said, just, you know, it'll make you mad trying to develop 2 images at a time, just sitting here waiting for 3 days for it to reset. So if you're able to, get the $20 plan, mess around with it. Catch you on the next one.